Ladies and gentlemen, we'll start off. Welcome to the June the 2nd meeting of the Design Review Board, full session. I'm going to go over our guidelines for the meeting. Meetings are a public forum in which many opinions are expressed. The business of the city must be conducted. As such, discipline, honorable, and professional decorum is paramount. Courteous and respectful communication is required. During public comment period of the meeting, all questions and statements from the public should be directed to the chair. If you have to or want to speak, raise your hand, and the chair will recognize you. Please approach the podium, state your name and address, and then your reason for coming forward, and to allow an opportunity for everyone to have a opportunity to speak. You are going to be limited to 5 minutes. Unlike city, when they have public opinion, you have 3. So we have 5, so we're giving you a lot of opportunity to speak. And with that, we'll open. And first thing on our agenda is to approve the minutes for the special call work session on April the 30th. And we also have the approval of minutes for the work session and regular meeting on May the 5th of 2026, and we can combine those in one motion.
Hey, it's loud. Vice Chairman, is it okay that I make a motion to approve
Please,
the minutes for the special work session on April 30th, along with the minutes from the work session and a regular meeting on May 5th, 2026?
All right.
Second.
All right. Motion is carried, and we ask for a vote. All in favor? Thank you. And we have no old business in front of us tonight, only new business. So we'll start with the first one. And I'll ask our secretary if she would read the application.
Item A under new business, application number DES 26-01003. Applicants John Greenbaum and Chris Eaton are requesting approval to designate the structure at 524 Coker Springs Road as a contributing property. Tax map parcel 105-12-10-002. The board will determine at this meeting whether to schedule a public hearing to review the request.
Okay. We talked about this in our work session, and what we're doing here is scheduling see if we're ready to schedule. It's on, isn't it? Okay. I keep telling the city they need to buy us some lapel mics so that we don't have to worry about this. It's on. Yeah, it is. I think it's a defective mic. Daniel, you want to get me another mic sometime? What we need to do here is, you notice it goes in and out, and I'm right here at it, so I'm sorry. But what we have here is an application, and what it is an application for designation purposes. And to do that, before we can even rule on it, we have to set up a special meeting, or set them up on the next meeting that we have. So this is before you tonight to make a presentation or make a motion to approve this so that we can put this on the next meeting agenda, which is July the 7th. Do I hear a?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion.
Okay, a second?
Second.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So, Rebecca, we will make them aware of this being put on the next meeting. Okay. Thank you for that. And next is on the agenda.
Item B under new business, application number CERD 26-001073. Applicant Will Rogers is requesting approval to construct a single-family home at 1205 and 1209 Park Avenue Southeast. Tax map parcel 121-11-19-001.
Okay.
The applicant is requesting approval to construct a single-family home on the parcels addressed 1205 and 1209 Park Avenue. The applicant is subdividing these properties into 4 parcels. The applicant had previously submitted plans for 3 of the 4 proposed single-family homes, which were approved, and is now submitting plans for the final structure on the corner of Park and Beaufort. These parcels are currently vacant. The proposed home will face Beaufort Street. Cottage D is a 2-story residence with 12-inch hardy plank siding and trim that will be painted Benjamin Moores white, a metal roof, and a brick foundation that is continuous around the property. The roofing is proposed to be a burnished slate color. The windows are proposed to be Windsor bronze aluminum-clad simulated divided lights with doors of solid wood and true divided lights. Columns, railings, and trim are proposed to be a wood material. 1205 and 1209 Park Avenue Southeast are located within the Old Aiken overlay and are zoned residential multifamily low density RML. The 2 parcels are currently vacant, so the previous historic survey card is no longer accurate. The previous owner, William Dalzell, had received approval for construction of 9 single-family dwellings in this location. However, the project was never conducted. These 2 properties have recently received approval to be subdivided into 4 parcels. The applicant submitted conceptual plans to be reviewed at the January 6, 2026 DRB work session without being added to the January regular meeting agenda, as is compliant with the DRB bylaws section 5.c.7. This section states, applicants with major projects are encouraged to submit a request to the secretary to be allowed to present the concepts for the project at a work session scheduled at least 1 month prior to the application being presented to the board for action. At the March 3rd DRB meeting, the DRB approved the construction of three of the 4 residences contingent upon the applicant receiving the proper approvals from the planning department to combine the 2 parcels and then divide them into 4 parcels as drawn in the Certificate of Appropriateness application number CERD26-001037. At that time, the applicant had not yet finalized the plans for the 4th residence. The applicant has since received approval for and subdivided the 4 parcels. This application was on the May 5th DRB meeting agenda, but was postponed at the request of the applicant. And I believe Mr. Rogers is here, or was here.
He was here. You want to step, Renee, would you step see if he's out there in the hallway? Okay. Yeah, several times. Yeah. Well, yeah, what we'll do now, we can't operate in the blind. We have to have the applicant here so that we can question them. And since he is not here, he was in the work session. I don't know. I'm gonna postpone it and move it to the next session. Please let him know that we were not able to vote on it because he wasn't here. Wasn't present.
Do we want to text him and send him a message and say, "Is you late by mistake?"
You do that? You gotta do that for everybody.
We can put it to the end of the agenda if he wants to come in. I'm more than willing to do that. So,
Staff is going to give him a call, and if he comes back, then maybe we could put him at the end.
all right, sounds good. Thank you. Doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while. Okay. Let's move on to item 3C.
Item C, under new business, application number CERH26-048. Applicant Charles Rapalje is requesting approval to construct a rear addition at 16 Colleton Avenue Southeast, tax map parcel 121-10-26-007. The applicant is requesting approval to construct a rear bedroom addition to the existing residence at 610 Colleton Avenue as indicated in the application. The proposed addition measures 35 feet by 18 feet with a 10-foot setback. The facade will consist of hardy board to match the existing exterior and will be painted Glendon Birch Forest. The fascia and soffit will also be painted Glendon Hydrangea Floret to match the existing front porch. The proposed cornice details will also match those on the existing front porch. A new set of exterior steps is proposed to be constructed of brick, matching of the existing materials. The existing brick is General Shale Red Range wire-cut modular size, and the new brick will match accordingly. The proposed new doors will be painted Glendon Pine Whisper. The roof on the new addition will match the existing roof, which is architectural roofing shingles from Certainty Landmark in the color charcoal. The proposed windows will be the same models previously approved in December 2024 under Certificate of Appropriateness number CERH25-028. These are white 6/6 double-hung windows consisting of vinyl material with fiberglass reinforced internal framing. The simulated divided lights will be wood on the interior and exterior of the double pane glass. This is a non-contributing property located within the Historic Overlay District, specifically Historic District 2, in a zoned residential multifamily low-density RML. The Aiken Historic Resource Survey card lists the construction date as 1940s. The Aiken County Assessor's Report lists the construction date of the residence as 1950. I believe our applicant is here also.
Yes. You come forward and state your name and address.
Charles Rapelier, 610 Colleton Avenue Southeast.
All right, thank you. I was going by there and looking. I went by there and are we going to be able to see this addition from the road?
It's
don't-
totally behind the
That's what
existing
yeah,
structure. It offsets on both sides.
right. Okay, that's what I got. Any questions from the board about this?
It looks to me like he's got the exterior finish shown, but not how he's gonna do the interior. Is that right? Or am I looking at it wrong?
With the interiors in process, we wanted to get this approved first before we waste time making, construction drawings.
I think it fits in with the house,
Yeah.
the house that's
Look-
there.
yeah.
And it's gonna be not really that visible.
No, I totally agree. Also, DOI standards, Department of Interior. Only thing I care about is you put maybe like a 1x and run it vertically so that you can distinguish the old part of the house from the new part of the house. But considering that it's not visible from the street, it's not that big of a deal. But that's what we definitely would prefer. Also, the fact that Vice Chairman and Mr. Reynolds that it's a non-contributing property, I totally agree with what y'all saying. It seems to be pretty straightforward and almost like a home run.
It looks like the pitch on the roof is about the same, is it?
Yeah.
It just gonna tie in.
Yep.
Yeah. It's,
Okay. Any other questions? Public comment? Yes, Linda. Thank you.
Hi, Linda Johnson, 515 Parkside Drive. I'm speaking in support of this. I really appreciate the effort he took to make sure the addition is completely behind, preserving the street view, even though this is a non-contributing property. I would like to say I agree with Ahmad that he's done such a good job of trying to make the addition match the original house that it's almost too good a job. And something maybe should be different about the addition so that it is distinct, so that it doesn't pretend to be part of the original house. But in general, really appreciate the effort he took. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Let's back to the board. Any questions? Any?
Read this correctly, the old addition, the old original house is brick and the addition is hardy board? So they are different,
Yeah.
yeah. Which is good. I mean, that's good.
Any comment? Go ahead, Ahmad.
I think that even it still could potentially be historic in the sense of just say if a person was constructed a brick structure and I'm just make up a year, 1910, and maybe in 1930 they had an addition to the house. They might not have as much money at the point, so they went with another material, which is wood. But I think that as it looks good. But as you stated, Miss Lucy, it's two separate materials. And also now in these days and time, you see houses built with multiple materials, brick, hardy, combination thereof. I think you did a good job, sir. I don't have any differing of opinions.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There, you go to a lot of, especially in around Atlanta area, you see houses that they're brick on front elevation, maybe the front and two sides, and the back's not. So, but I think what you're doing is certainly admirable. We like to see that. You're certainly maintaining a structure on a very prominent street in Aiken on Colleton, and we appreciate that. So I just open it up. I'm looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, on this application, I'd like to make a motion. Vice Chairman?
Please.
Okay. It would be me to try to make a motion, not ready. But on this application number CERH, as in hotel 26-048, in the matter of Charles Rapalje? Rapalje. Correction. Thank you. Location is 610 Carlton Avenue Southeast. Text map parcel number 121-10-26-007. I move that the board finds that the proposed project of an addition is in harmony with the district. This is found supported by documentation from our design review manual with special notations of special attention to the addition portion. And that can be found on page 85. It clearly states addition shall respect the character and integrity of the original building and must not be designed to appear as original components. Typically, it's best positioned addition at the rear. You did a good job. Or a view obstruct the size of the building. Therefore, I propose that the board concludes that this project meets the requirements of the law for approval of the certificate of appropriateness.
Good. Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you very much. You're good to go.
Paint colors. I said I love the paint colors.
All right. 3D.
Item D, under new business, application number CERH26-055. Applicant Amber Coffee is requesting approval to replace the canvas shades at 115 Williamsburg Street Southeast, the Aiken County Farmers Market. The applicant is requesting approval to replace the existing canvas shades at the Aiken County Farmers Market with more durable UV blocking, fade-resistant roll-up shades as indicated in the application. The proposed new shades are champagne cordless 95% UV blocking, fade-resistant fabric exterior roller shades measuring 120 inches in width and 96 inches in length. These shades will help keep the vendors and shoppers cooler while also protecting produce from sun exposure. Additionally, the roll-up feature will enhance employee safety as staff currently must climb a ladder to raise and lower canvas shades. This is a landmark property located within the Old Aiken Overlay District. While this property is located within the right-of-way and does not have an associated parcel, it is surrounded by downtown business and light industrial zoning. The Aiken Historic Resource Survey card lists the construction date as 1952. City Council adopted ordinance number 09082003B in September of 2003, designating the property as a landmark. And is our applicant prepared to address the board?
Just state your name and address. If you
My name is Amber Coffey on behalf of the city of Aiken, 115 Williamsburg Street Southeast, the Aiken County Farmers Market.
Okay. And just give us a thumbnail sketch of what you were going to do.
Okay, so as you can see, the current existing canvas shades are deteriorating. We would like to replace these with a more durable UV filtered outdoor roll-up shade that will provide the shade for the vendors and the produce that these currently do. So just a little bit of an upgrade.
Well, that whole area of town is really starting to catch fire, and making that even more aesthetically pleasing, I think is a positive move forward. And I'll let you sit. We'll see if there's any public comment.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone like to speak in favor of or against? All right.
Gail Dix, 163 Adrie Oak Circle, Aiken. And I agree with her. These are much more durable. I have some on my screen porch all around, so my dog can have some shade. And first I thought it was a little bit too pricey, but it's certainly worth it.
Yeah. And I'm sure your grandchildren appreciate that too, do they
Whenever
not?
they come.
Yes. Thank you. Any other want to speak? Okay. I'll open it up for a motion,
Hey, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chairman, is it okay that I propose a motion?
please.
All right, on application number CERH 26-055, in the matter of the Old Aiken Overlay District, applicant Amber Coffey, representing the city of Aiken. Text parcel is right away, location 115 Williamsburg Street Southeast, also known as the Aiken Farmers Market. I find that the replacement of the existing canvas shades is in harmony with the specific district. It would be a great addition to the community, and I'm basing this judgment off of Exhibit G, page 80 of the Design Review Manual, that speaks of canvas awnings correctly placed over displaying windows or commercial buildings are encouraged, and the businesses are often suitable for a specific location. That's it.
Okay. Second.
I'll second it.
All right.
I dare say the canvas was never approved by this committee.
Yes. True. So that, back to the board. All in favor? So moved. Thank you for that. And we appreciate it. One final question. Is there a way, so many, on a structure like that, the shades, wind can get behind there and really cause havoc. Is there,
They do come with tiebacks that you can put on the sides at the lower end.
okay.
So when they are down, you can put those.
Okay. I saw that on there. I just wanted you to put it in the record. So thank you for that. And you can move forward. And, Madam Secretary?
Item E under new business, application number CERH 26-057. Applicant Winston Good is requesting approval to conduct various alterations at 726 South Boundary Avenue Southeast, tax map parcel 121-10-23-004. The applicant is proposing the following. Replace 4 front facade windows with new sash kits that will match those already approved for the rest of the house. White aluminum clad windows with a 6/6 grid pattern and simulated divided lights were approved for the rest of the house and certificate of appropriateness number CERH 26-017 and its amendment. Replace wood siding, boxing, and trim on the front and rear of the structure with hardy plank. The applicant had previously received approval to replace some of the wall sections with hardy plank and certificate of appropriateness number CERH 26-017 and its amendment. However, the extent of wood rot has increased and the applicant is now requesting approval to replace additional siding. Box the existing porch posts with hardy plank and install new porch railings. The existing front porch railings are not in a condition to be sufficient, but replacing the railings will require they meet current building standards, meaning a taller rail with tighter picket spacing. However, the applicant believes a taller railing will not fit aesthetically with the existing post detail. Therefore, the applicant plans to box in the post while replacing the rails. The applicant plans to replicate the proposed new box post and railing on the new porch as well. The applicant also proposes to remove the screen from the old side porch that has been screened in. Railings are also proposed to be added to this porch. Replace the front electric lanterns that the previous owners removed. The applicant is proposing copper gas lanterns as the replacements. The spider webbing within the front door transom is proposed to be half-inch lead veining instead of the originally proposed wood material that was approved in Certificate of Appropriateness number CERH26-017. The transom is still proposed to be a true divided light window. The door unit will include two 14-inch side lights and a 4-panel 40-inch door. As was previously approved in Certificate of Appropriateness number CERH26-017, the door is proposed to be stained sapali and the side lights and jambs painted to match the main window trim. The applicant is also requesting approval to stain the 3 new side doors sapali to match the front door. The 3 new side doors have already been approved in Certificate of Appropriateness number CERH26-017. However, they were originally proposed to be white. These doors will be 90 inches in length to align with the adjoining window heights. A more detailed explanation of the proposed work can be found in Exhibit A. This is a contributing property located within the Historic Overlay District, specifically Historic District 2, and is zoned single-family residential RS15. The Aiken Historic Resource Survey card lists the construction date of the residence as circa 1890. The Aiken Assessor's website lists the construction date of the residence as 1917. The renovation and various alterations for this property have come before this board and received approval through Certificate of Appropriateness number CERH26-017 and its amendment. Is our applicant prepared to speak?
I'm Winston Good. I live at 2318 Beverly Drive in Charlotte.
I just want to let you know, I appreciate the application. And we get these ahead of time before things are done. It really makes it run a lot smoother. And you've presented us with a lot of information, so we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the board? We went over this pretty detailed in the work session. You certainly spelled it out, and the application, the way you stated it, sure, that chapter and verse of what he wants to do. You've done a lot of things. I think one thing that really stands out to me is the front lights that you're going to go back with gas light. I think that's really a nice touch. I think it's good. And let's see.
I have a question about the size of the columns on the front porch. I'm seeing the picture of the previous house, but I don't know if,
The columns are 5.5 by 5.5. If to make it look right, we have to wrap the columns, they'll be 7 by 7s. We'll put 3/4 board around the existing.
okay, so they're existing 5.5.
Correct.
Okay.
I think all the materials that you're using are, everything that you put together certainly meets standards. I think our former mayor would have approved, so. Any comments? I think it does too.
Thanks.
Public comment? I'll ask you to sit down and we'll turn it to the board then. Looking for a motion?
Hey, Vice Chairman, I ask for permission to make a motion.
Please.
All right, on application number CERH26-057 in Historic Overlay District, applicant and owner Winston Good of location of project is 726 South Boundary Avenue Southeast, text parcel number 121-10-23-004. I find that the project is in harmony with the architectural detail and character of the prevailing district, and this is evidenced by the extensive documentation throughout Exhibit E of our meeting information. I derived at these findings through a design review manual, specifically sections of existing buildings, color and materials, found in beginning on page 50, existing buildings, exterior materials, found on page 53, existing buildings materials, porches, balconies, steps, and attached decks, found on page 66, existing buildings, entrances, and doors, found at beginning at page 70, and existing buildings, windows, storm sash, and shutters, found and beginning on page 72. Also, this was backed up by previous approvals throughout the design review board, with attention to a certificate of appropriateness application, CRH 26-017, CRH 26-017, which was an amendment. Special attention to exhibits A, G, and H, and it's all cohesive. So therefore, I pray that the board find that this project meets the requirements of our guidelines in the law.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All right. Any comment from the board?
Yeah, I think that everything was well documented, so well documented. If he wanted to sell the house tomorrow, they knew exactly what he used. They knew when it was, it's public record, when the changes occurred. And I was quite impressed with the level of detail as I was going through this application. So kudos to you, Mr. Koo.
Yeah. And also the fact that you're making something safer by the way you're doing the railing is you're taking on an extra bit and taking it to the right step and making it safe for anybody there. So thank you for that.
And a 40-inch door. Woohoo! Yeah. And you're staining everything. Woohoo! They're matching. Man, I started about dancing. You're doing something there.
A little bit more and you're going to have a ribbon cutting. So.
Yes, sir.
Well, we appreciate that. But motion's on the floor, so I ask for a vote. All in favor? Thank you. You're approved, and thank you again. All right. Yeah. And ahead of doing any of the projects too. That's amazing. And there was no oopses in there. That was good too. Thank you. You have a presentation or comment to make on the end?
Item F under new business, a brief update on the historic resource survey update being completed by the consulting firm WLA Studio. Just want to let the board know that the consulting firm has submitted the first 50% of the updated historic resource survey cards. And if you use the QR code or the steps listed on the slide, that'll take you to the web page we have posted where you can access those submittals to date with additional information. The complete set of WLA submittals will not be submitted until the end of September, but we're asking property owners to please go online and take a look at the proposed designation category for their properties. There may be a few properties that are going to have changing designation categories, and we expect that there will be some who had not previously had designation categories that will be assigned categories through this process. We have put up signs with this information around the overlays, and I've updated the webpage with some of the information you all requested at our last survey, or last work session, excuse me.
Thank you. That was just public information.
Correct.
Now, we did have one postponement. We did not have, Mr. Rogers wasn't here to present it. Did you ever get in contact with him?
I called him and it went to voicemail.
Okay. Anybody here that represents Will Rogers? Nope. Okay. With that, I call for a motion to. No, it was just work session only.
Yeah, it's just a work session.
We're done.
Well, motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
Yep. No, it was a work session. David, yours was just on the work session totally, right? Okay.
So, y'all ready?
Yeah.
So with that said, Vice Chairman, can I ask for a motion to adjourn?
Yes, please.
Second.
All right. All in
Second.
favor? All in favor? Bye. Thank you.